Dear YouTube channel. Last video, I don't know if you remember last video, but last video I met Arceus, and she told the Commando Man that there's another big angry Pokemon called URSALUNA. And now the captain is sending me to the Crimson Mire, the Crimson Mire Lands, where there's an old lady called Mistress Caliber who's in charge of protecting the lightning crazy Pokemon called URSALUNA. And I'm supposed to help calm it like I helped calm Cleaver. But first I talked to all these people in town who need my help fixing their problems. And I help them fix their problems because if I do, then they give me presents, and I like that. But this lady here, she's scared to go in her house because she keeps hearing noises in the night, and so she thinks that the house is haunted, and I don't like that. But I agree anyway to help scare away the ghosts, so I go inside. And everything is really quiet inside. And at first when I look around, I don't hear anything. But then I hear a bump near the front door behind me, so I go check the table over there, and the game says, crackle, crackle. Because I saw sparks fly by me when something ran away, so I start to think it's not a ghost, I think it's a Pokemon. And it turns out that I'm right, it's not even a ghost-type Pokemon. It's just a PICHU that once delivered the lady because she saved it in the woods a little while ago, so now they're happy together and they give me nana berries. But after that, it's time to go to the Crimson Mire Lands, and I need to go to the ruins over there because that's where the old lady is. And the Kari gets really happy when she tells me about how there are space-time distortions now, and they can open up out of nowhere and have really dangerous Pokemon inside of them, and that doesn't make me happy, but I need to be careful now. And the Crimson Mire Lands are really swampy and have so many new Pokemon like Bidoo's and Carnivines and Kurigunks. And when I'm just starting to explore, a space-time distortion starts forming like Akari said would happen. And it's right on top of me, so I have to get ready to fight everything. Then some of the big Pokemon start showing up, like a wild Luxio and a Floatzel, and I try to fight them, but they hit really hard. And even though I do a lot of damage too, the Floatzel knocks out my Luxio. But actually, I managed to catch both the Floatzel and the wild Luxio by using my Graveler on them, because my Graveler is really strong. Yeah. And after that, I heal my Pokemon because I want to stay a little longer in the space-time distortion to see if I can catch anything else. But then Pokemon start showing up really fast, so I run away a little bit to pick up these colorful shards off the ground that I don't know what they do, but they seem very important. Then I fight a Porygon, and I'm really excited about that because a Porygon is one of the classic Pokemon too, so I really want to catch it also. So I fight it with my Luxio and do really good damage to it, but it breaks out of my first Pokeball. But my second Pokeball catches it, so I'm really glad that I stayed in the space-time distortion because I'm already catching a lot of my favorite Pokemon. But soon there's too many Pokemon trying to attack me, so I run away. But I feel like I did a really good job anyway. And I want to explore more of those space-time things later. Maybe. But since I beat some of the strong Pokemon, I get to evolve my Luxio into a Luxray. And so that's now my favorite Pokemon that I want to use right now. Because it's the best one that I have. Then it's time for me to go to the ruins and talk to the old lady, but I have fallen in the water instead. Maybe. But when I do get to the ruins and I meet the old lady, she just tells me she doesn't like me and tells me to go away. Then Volo shows up and he's a merchant from town, and he tells me that some bandits stole an important piece of the wall here, and that's what's making the old lady so sad. So I agree to help find the piece of the wall that got stolen and bring it back. So I go to the bandits' hideout, and they catch me there. And they say they're the misfortunes, and they hate me because they're victims of society, and I'm dressed like society, so we have to fight. And they send out a Toxicroak, which I've never fought before, and so I send out my Luxray. And the Toxicroak uses Venoshock on my Luxray, and it does a lot of damage, so I just swap out for my Graveler because I thought maybe he'd be strong against the Toxic Rogue, but he's not that strong against it, so I get stuck healing him, and then he takes damage, and then I have to heal him again. So I changed to my Gastrodon, and that's much stronger now. So I hit the Toxic Rogue with my Mud Bomb in the strong style, and it knocks it out in one hit. So I win, and that means that they have to give me back the piece of the wall that they stole from the old lady. And when I go back to the ruins, I give the piece of the wand back, and the old lady reads it, but it's all weird eyeball letters. But the old lady, she speaks eyeball, and so she tells me that it says that she should be nice to me instead and help me fix URSALUNA. So we go do that now. And fixing URSALUNA isn't nearly as bad as fixing Cleavor because URSALUNA isn't actually lightning crazy, he's just really, really mad. So we don't have to throw food at it like we did for Cleavor. I just have to fight it with my Pokemon. And URSALUNA has a lot of health, but it doesn't actually do that much damage to my Gastrodon, so all I have to do is to keep attacking it and healing whenever my Gastrodon gets really low. But that's it. That's all I have to do, and then I win. So now URSALUNA is calm again too. And I get to ride it around like I can ride around Weirdeer. And even though URSALUNA isn't as fast as Weirdeer, he gets to use his nose to find treasure in the ground, which is really good, but I like going fast more than finding treasure, and so I still like Weirdeer the best. But yeah, now there's this mystery about why URSALUNA was so mad if it never got struck by lightning. And the old lady finds this powder all over URSALUNA's fur, so that's probably a clue. So maybe next video I'll find out who made URSALUNA so mad. But that's next video because this video is over. Goodbye.